Hello, amazing people. Thank you once again for um, always listening to me, always watching my videos, subscribing and sharing and liking and all of that. I just want to say thank you and also encourage you to keep on, sharing my messages, sharing my thoughts with other people. Today, I want to talk about mistakes or errors, and maybe what I'm gonna be I'll talk about is gonna help someone who maybe have made a mistake in life or committed an error, and it's become a challenge for them to overcome. Today I'm gonna do something different. I scripted what I wanted to share with you, these wonderful audience. So I'm gonna read through it, and then after that I'll talk a little bit about what I wrote. I always encourage that if you have any contributions, if you have any thoughts about what I say or what I talk about, you can always put it at the comment section. You can always ask questions. I also encourage people. I'm a social worker, so if you have any challenges like with depression, anxiety, or anything, you can just ask a question. I can respond to that, give you some insight into the stresses you're going through, and support you the best I can on my page on YouTube. So the mistakes and errors. As long as we are humans living on this earth, then we are always bound to make mistakes. None of us or no person is perfect. The fact that life is all about choices means that at some point in life, we are going to make the wrong choices, which result in our mistakes. This, therefore, is part of everyone. Despite that, how we correct these mistakes go all the way to determine how perfect we would become. In brief, mistakes are bound to happen, but how we respond to these mistakes will determine our success. What most of the time leads to our distraction is living our life according to the mistakes that we've made in the past or present. It makes us feel unworthy, ashamed, and self-blaming. This should not be the case because mistakes rather push us to work harder and more diligently in accomplishing those things that we set our minds on. Furthermore, it gives us the needed insight and clarity into the pathway to take when we try to embark on that same journey. Mistakes and errors should not be a setback, but it should be a source of energy to drive us to do more and fight more. One of the greatest scientists once said, anyone who has never made a mistake has never tried anything new. Albert Einstein. Therefore, allow yourself to let go of that bad feeling as a result of the mistakes you have made, because no one can reach that level we call perfection. Life is about progression, not perfection. Your personality should not equal you to the mistakes made. It is just something you could not do right. To to in a nutshell, everything we learn from failure, not from success. Moreover, failures or mistakes are simply the opportunity to begin again, this time more intelligently, which was said by Henry Ford of Ford Companies. For everyone has gotten a fair share of mistakes. None is exempt from it. But the difference between us is our attitude towards these mistakes. So, I think the script, what I talked about, the fact that life, we make choices in life. Even every morning when you wake up, the clothes you want to wear, you have to make a choice as to which one you want to wear, right? Um, and depending on your mood, you might pick a shirt, or you might pick a dress that goes with your mood. And someone might say, oh, that's messed up. Someone would say, oh, it's torn. Because we have to make a choice between so many different things, we would one way or the other make a mistake in doing certain things in life. But sometimes we are quick to succumb to the mistakes and then think so much about the mistakes we've made that we cannot move past it. Because someone said that, the mistakes or the negative things that happen to us in life take the major part of our brains. And that's all we can recollect. The good things we easily forget, but the bad things, we are always constantly thinking about them. And I understand that, when you make a mistake or when you fail at something, when you make an error, you feel bad. You feel ashamed that happened. But like, the script, what I read, what I talked about, not living your life according to that mistake will determine if you push forward or you stay the same. We all make mistakes. Every person has to make a mistake. When you try something new, definitely, because you don't know the ins and outs of doing that thing. So the mistakes will come. You have to allow the mistakes to come. Otherwise, you don't grow. Otherwise, you don't become a perfect person that we are all trying to be. We can never be perfect. So when you start understanding that you are not perfect, you allow mistakes to happen and then you correct them as you move on. Mistakes would always happen in everything. It's like when you decide to give birth to a kid. You've never tried it. You've never been a father. You've never been a mother. But then you give birth to a baby and then you learn as you go. There will be certain times that you make a mistake with your child. But that doesn't mean that you stop caring for the baby. You don't stop caring for your child. You keep doing things, correcting yourself, trying to do things the best you can to make the kid become a responsible citizen in the society. You don't succumb to the mistakes or the errors in trying to bring up the child. And that is how, if you're working in a relationship, in everything, mistakes would happen. But then if you're not able to move past it, then there's nothing great that will come out of it. Then there will be no success. You have to allow yourself to make the mistakes. Not consciously. But then if it does happen, don't kill yourself over it. Just learn from those mistakes. And that would make you make progress towards the perfection that you need. So once again, I just want to say that the fact that we make choices means that we will make a mistake at some point. When we make the mistake, we have to realize we are not perfect. And we shouldn't tell ourselves we are perfect. But I feel that you just have to make progress. Thank you. Keep on subscribing and watching, sharing, and enjoy your day.